What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be speaking on the Aquarius. We're speaking on the Aquarius for this reading. Or this video, I should say, right? I don't really know. My introduction is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of iffy. Because I'm trying to say speaking for the Aquarius, but I'm mostly trying to add in this in the Aquarius video, you know. Still getting the introduction set, right? The first one for you guys is a type of hand-woven fabric, right? So listening as I read. The symbol reflects the saying, he who does not know authentic Nisa will buy the fakes, right? So typically knowledge is power, right? So if you don't know, y'all know about handbags and sneakers and all of that stuff, right? Same thing when it comes on information. If you don't know what's real and what's fake, you're gonna be led down the wrong path, right? So to show you guys a study and everything that you research on, finances, relationships, all these things, and they come with experience, but you can also be ahead of the game by understanding. There's a lot of advice from older people that's came on YouTube, that's came on Google, that's came on a platform and spoke on how to, overcome your relationship issues. There's a lot of people that are, highly trained when it comes on to finances that break it down for us. You know what I mean? So I feel like what gotta start to open up our minds more. And I'm not saying you gotta follow everything everybody says, but have some tools in your corner for those situations if they do come. If they do happen, at least we'll got some type of situation. It's like, for an example, y'all probably not a mechanic, but everybody has some sort of degree on how to jumpstart a car, right? We all have. When you have a vehicle, you have to know something, right? A little something. Put gas in your bike or your car. How to oil change. You have a few tools around your house with a screwdriver or something, right? You can fix a little handy thing. So it's just like having that little information that can help us and assist us, right? So if you don't know, right, 9 10 times you're gonna get jeeked out of your stuff, or you're gonna get you're gonna get foul play out of it. Like, you're gonna get tricked out of it. So tricked out of your position. So let's just try to educate ourselves in the best way possible, right? Okay, to avoid all the craziness, right? What else for the Aquarius? So the next one we have is leave the past behind. This is very contradicting in a sense, because I know it could sometimes become like an issue where, oh, does that mean I don't talk about it? I always say reflect on it so that you don't go back in that same position. But moving forward, there's no point in carrying that burden. Y'all know what the military be wearing on their backs? And they gotta walk miles and miles to get to a location with that thing on the back. You don't want to carry your problems and your issues and your situations over your back. The whole point of moving forward in life is to drop it. Like, let it go, move forward. You can reflect on it and keep and discuss about it, because hey, that's what happened to you. That is a chapter of your book. When nobody's telling you to rip that page out of your book, of course not. We want you to keep that in. But you don't want to bring that chapter to the next chapter, right? We're not, meaning me. Something happened to me in the past, my peoples, or people in general. I'm not about to go back. I'm not about to stop talking about it. I'll keep bringing it up, or I'll reflect back on it and remember, like, dang, I avoided that. That's what's up. Or I stopped speaking to people. That's what's up, like, type of thing. But moving forward, if I see him in public, it's like, yo, whatever, and keep it pushing. There is no rekindling that thing, especially with so disrespectful that we can't rekindle that. You feel me? So, but it is a respectful thing where it's like, keep it pushing, like high and by type of vibe. If they are my family, keep it pushing. You feel me? But that's what I could say for that. As respectful as you could come at it. You don't have to forget about it, but you definitely don't want to bring that burden with you into the next chapter of your life. So yeah, leave the past behind to a degree. See what else for the Aquarius, because I know we're humans. You know what I mean? We're gonna discuss about stuff, so I'm not gonna sit there and be like, hey man, you gotta do your thing to your discrepancy, right? To what matters to you. Go deeper. I don't know who need to hear this. Dig a little deep. Now, I say mental. I say really overcome things mentally. Read more. You know what I mean? If you guys are not reading, you need to read. Look at all these contracts that they're having people sign. Look at your job. Look everything you do that is big. Real estate. When you go for an apartment or a house, you gotta read paperwork. Lawyers make you read paperwork. You gotta read your receipt. You need to practice reading. Reading needs to be your number one daily skill that you're on to, because that's how they understand the television and everything, and the audio file and audio books. Yeah, that's cool, but if things are still being written in written form, and you're up there listening to audiobooks, and your reading is not on point, you're going to miss a few words. You're going to miscomprehend a few things because you don't understand it. I tell you guys all the time, pick up on a book. I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? After these videos, if I'm got time, I'm going to read. Any bit of my time. Yeah, I watch TV at night and all of that, but I limit that because that's not going to help me in a legal situation, or I need to buy something or purchase something. I need to be able to read what's on them apps that you're downloading. You need to read the description of what they're telling you, what the data that they're going to be collecting. Because at least if you're aware, you need to practice reading, right? So I say all of this because mentally, go deeper. And go deeper, you could say go harder, go all that, but your mind is going to be around with you, or supposed to be, until you get to like 90. It's something that you can always do. Like, you can always think for yourself, right? However, like, sadly, with other certain situations, people's not able to, and I apologize for that first and foremost. But if you have the abilities, take advantage of it, because there's people right now that can think, that are in situations where they just medically can't do it, right? So take advantage of your situation. Don't take it for granted. So I want to say that is because the mind is like the most powerful thing. Like, somebody that is 90 years old, at 20 years old, they're probably working so hard, probably was a construction worker and all that. You know how you ever talk to an older person, they be like, yeah, I was a construction worker, all of that. But now they're up there at the wrestling, reading books and stuff. Their mind's still there though, So I would rather have my mind. Like, I train and stuff, but I would rather have my mentality. I focus more on building my mentality, because it helps me think a certain way, helps me advance in my actions, knowing if I'm doing something right, if I'm doing something wrong. You know what I mean? It's just the mind is everything, man. So go deep. I would say with that. Trust all will be well. I don't know who needed to hear this in the Aquarius family, but allow things to play out. Never get to a point where you start to fear the fact of losing, or the fact of not succeeding in things, right? Never fear that. You gotta trust the process. People will lose their jobs all the time. People lost their houses in the hurricane. We gotta trust the process. We gotta trust that everything will play itself out. I've been through situations where I just let time play. People around me switched up, they changed and all that. And guess what? I kept being me. Taking each day as my last and just sorting out my business. And then 2-3 years later, here I am. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not about how fast you do it, how long you do it. It's just about trusting the process. And you got to trust everything will be well while you're going through these situations where you're transitioning to wherever you're transitioning, things like that, right? Gifts. You need to start using your gifts, right, my Aquarius? And I talk about this, and people probably give me hate for it. I don't care. I'm not saying that people can't work a job, right? But if you have a gift, you're an artist. There are so much platforms out here for us to financially be on top of our game. There's so much resources out here for us. So jobs are supposed to be temporary. Unless you're planning on earning that company, there's no point. You feel me? Like, and I don't like how people try to guilt trip people into staying for certain places. Like, nah, like, you feel me? That's over. Like, things are too expensive for you guys to sit up there and keep trading your time in for money. Doesn't make sense. Adapt a skill, adapt your gift, use that, and provide it. All you need to do is provide value to somebody's life, and you got yourself a customer. Okay, for an example, I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys some real stuff, right? When I was a little younger, right, I had heard a story about a boy that swept the mat. Y'all might have heard this story. So this boy comes to the owner's house. He's like, "Hey, can I sweep your mat for free?" Right? He says for free. Now, correct me. You don't have to correct me on this because this is my analogy. This is my side of the story, right? He says, I'm gonna sweep your mat for free, right? So the boy sweeps his mat for free for 30 days straight. The story is pretty well known, but this is my own twist to it because I just want to get it out there. Anyway, the boy sweeps the mat for 30 days straight, right? A whole month. The owner never recognized his doormat outside. He never recognized the doormat was dirty until the boy stopped sweeping the doormat. You see what I'm saying? So opportunities like that are out there. The boy provided value that the owner didn't seek that he had value in. There's a lot of people right now but we also have to be willing to settle for less sometimes when we go for entrepreneurships. You're probably not going to make as much money as you want. You probably make less. You probably make $0 at first, right? And the reason why, like I said, the reason why I'm speaking on this because there's so many people that work for somebody else and they don't work for themselves when they can easily work for themselves. Like, but it's more comfortable. It's more it's easier to work for somebody else. Well, if you're putting all that work into somebody else's company, you can do that for yourself. Like, but hey. It's not for everybody. I understand that. You just have to have that discipline. There is not gonna be no more cheating in the system. You can't cheat nobody but yourself. So that's out the door, right? There's no more cheating. Oh, I can. Hey, listen. Just chase your gifts. Find something you're good at, and provide value for somebody else. Whether it's drawing, paintings, or whatever. You keep doing it, it's gonna hit. You keep doing it, it's gonna stick. Just like every other business out there. Every business you know has failed at least once. For real. Look it up. Do research on it. I guarantee you ask that owner, hey, excuse me, have you, what failed a couple of times? Oh, for real? What kept you going? Got no choice. I made up my mind, I'm going to keep this business running. But for you got to look at your life. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to realize, owning a house, owning a car, having the best car, is that all that worth it for your free time? Like, if you're doing something right now that you currently hate, you currently despise, you're the type of person get up in the morning and hit your snooze clock. Like, you don't want to be there. So what's the purpose of? I'm glad I'm in this position where I can speak now to y'all, because that's what I'm here for. So please take heed to it, because I did it. Y'all can do it too. Take inspired action. If I inspire you, take action. If somebody else inspire you, take action. There's plenty of people that inspire me. I'm not gonna name drop because it's not y'all business. Like, but there's plenty of people that inspire me, and I take action to it. So take heed. Listen to what I'm saying, but listen to what other people are saying, and apply that. You know what I'm saying? Put that in perspective. I'm getting information from a guy that does fitness, and I'm not even a fitness fanatic. I just train, but I'm getting information from him, life lessons where it was like, you should educate someone. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm reading, and I'm like, oh man, my mindset's changed, or my mindset's evolved even and advanced. So I'm like, you know what? Why be selfish with this information? I got a channel. Let me speak it on my channel, and then y'all will see it. Now, for y'all that came by from the shorts, congratulations. That's exactly what they're there for, to get y'all attention. Because I know everybody's on shorts. So you have domain aspects, right? And as you can see, he's like a dragon with like some sexual explicit thing going on here. Don't mind that. The point is, you're gonna view things differently. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is why educating yourself and reading and everything like that, and not just being on the technology and swiping. This is why you need to come away from it and, you know, educate yourself. Because look, it doesn't take, and no disrespect to nobody that does this, but listen, you don't know who's behind these videos making all these videos. You don't know how much, as you guys see, my video is literally edited. You don't know how many people took to edit it. But I'm gonna tell you something. Just as a book, you don't know how much people took to write a book. But it takes it takes skills to make a video, but it takes a lot more literature to read a book. And like I said, we gotta make sure we're practicing these things. When you guys are practicing, educating yourself and reading and things like that, and just expanding your mind through different resources, your viewpoint on life changes. So whereas right here with this card, as you know, these days, or it's been this way for centuries, from the time of life, a woman is seen, or a man is seen as a sexual image at first, and then y'all get together. And I want to say, like, once you change your viewpoint on things, life becomes a lot easier with relationships, regarding picking the right person, regarding, and I'm speaking specifically on relationships because it's more of a sexual energy here, right? Once you change your mindset and allow yourself to think more fruitful, or more, when I say fruitful, I'm talking about like healthy, right? More fruitful and more healthy thoughts. You're allowing yourself to think, you know, just kind of on that healthy tip. You're not thinking as toxic as you probably would if you're just watching a bunch of videos or things like that that hint to that type of stuff, right? So just, just explore your mind, with, get yourself in them books and kind of just put on the devices or watching material that's kind of hinting towards these sexual simplicities, like these sexual targets to say, women look like this, wow, they look good, or men look like this, and wow, they look like. We gotta start looking for people as people and not like sexually explicit them just because of what they wear or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I know it is what it is, but you want to have a healthy mindset. You want to be able to avoid, and just look past it. Because especially if you're in a relationship and all of that, you don't want. That's what happens with a lot of men, a lot of women. They go the other way because they're in a relationship and they're probably mindset's all they're thinking about their sexual activities, and then everybody else around them can do the same thing in that way. But if you think of a relationship more of a love connection and things like that, there's very few people that can replace that. In fact, none. Nobody should be able to replace your relationship. So I feel like once we get into that mindset, it will change our lifestyles, which then changes our lives, right? So just keep that in mind, looking at things as a different aspect than what is probably, taught to you guys and things like that. So reveal what needs to be seen. If something's going on with your peoples, with yourself, with your habits, you need to tell yourself, hey, look, this is what it is, and this is not what I wanted to do. Like, you need to express that. You need to, reveal it to yourself. Like, we can't keep, brushing it under the rug just because this is your peoples or because you feel like the internet or somebody told you this is good for you, and you feel in your heart it's not. So whatever that might be, I don't want to get too specific because this is a general message for all the Aquarius, if it applies to you. So if you notice something that's bothering you, reveal it to yourself and see where you can go from there to handle it. If you don't need to hang around certain people that don't have your best interests, or do certain hobbies that do not serve your best purpose, or work somewhere that does not serve your best interest, whether it be good or bad, yes, some companies, like, I'm not dawning careers or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, if there's people out here that don't want to work, people's gonna sit there and try to tell me that I shouldn't say that. Why? When my main core is to see people happy. So why wouldn't I say that? Why wouldn't I go against something that they're going against every single day at work? You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to be there. Come on. So let me open up their minds a little bit. And if you hate me for that, then guess what? I guess who's really the negative person? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Yeah, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe only if you enjoyed the video. Post notification, that is the bell next to the subscribe button, and let you know exactly when I drop a video. Very much appreciative. I will see you guys soon on the next spiritual message video. Y'all know the vibes. See y'all soon.